What's up? What's good? The Wolf is here, and it's another year, another Call of Duty, but this time things are a little bit different. So, as I made the Let's Talk of the video there before, when they initially released the information on Call of Duty Modern Warfare,
all warfare is based on deception. Weapons are now in the wild.
Get to safety, go!
that's totally, yeah.
We get dirty, and the world stays clean. That's the mission.
That is absolutely COD 4. That was...
Who's your team?
Some old comrades.
So, the reboot that is not a sequel, not a remake, not a remaster, but a basic reboot in reference to the original Modern Warfare's. Now that's the storyline trailer that I'm talking about right there. I did a Let's Talk on that one. You can find it on the channel. But this is the actual multiplayer, which is probably what people are even more interested in than the story trailers. That we will all be playing for probably the next year or so, if it's good, if it's good and the servers and everything hold up. So, anyways, they had a like 4.5 hour multiplayer live event stream. I kind of fell asleep before it started up, so I kind of slept through most of it. But I did check out like probably about an hour and a half to 2 hours, maybe more or less an hour and a half, hour 40 minutes. I'll say that. Of multiplayer action of Modern Warfare, and it looks good. It looks good. It looks solid. It's very, it's very snappy on the controls. It's still that kind of twitch shooter that we all know and love. It still is very reminiscent of the Source engine, but I'm very sure that they actually are kind of scrapping the Source engine to make a brand new engine for like next gen tech and everything for Call of Duty, because that engine is literally, I think, going on like 13, 14, 15 years old. It's like that's a very old engine. So what they're trying to do is basically bring Call of Duty into the modern day times. Some of the biggest shooters out there is like Apex and Rainbow Six Siege. So trying to bring it into that vein a little bit more. I got very, very much like old school Ghost Recon meets like old school Rainbow Six vibes off of it. And I mean, Black Ops 4 was, for its regular multiplayer also was kind of like a Siege-ish, with the gadgets and everything that they had in there. So anyways, this is the multiplayer trailer. Let's get into this. Let's check this out. I have not seen this yet. I did just check out the gameplay and everything, so I got that insight into looking into all this. Anyways, let's do this. Very realistic looking right there, that opening shot. Just the graphics on this is like poof. Cave. This is very like Medal of Honor feel. The breaching clears. Well, banging clears.
Going dark.
Into night vision. They got Air Sandman on the soundtrack? What? What? Oh my.
Recon out!
I got goosebumps. Oh, it's a little bit remix. It's a little bit remix. That's pretty cool. Kill streaks. I'm freaking out about the music, and I'm like half paying attention. little bit of the slide in there. Breaching. This is very Rainbow Six. Wow. The Juggernaut suit returns. Yes. The train yard. I'm noticing some references to older maps. Uh-oh. Wow. It actually blows up into the tank. We have a fucking tank. So are they trying to go like kind of Rainbow Six meets Battlefield? Technically like World at War. I don't know how I feel about that. I never liked tanks in Call of Duty. I feel it's just a distraction of the main gameplay. I'm seeing all the weapons I love in this right now. That was October 25th.
Pre-order and get early access to the open beta.
Oh, I can do that. Open beta. Okay. 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 I think that's it. Yes, that's it. You just get this nice little look at Captain Price. All right, so we're gonna slow this down to a little bit of a slow-mo moment. Holy. So, right off the bat, this first shot right here, the M4, my classic rifle that I have used in so many games over the years. It's right there, right in front. I could just give me it now. So yes, this is actually. So I'm hoping that the tank stuff is kind of relegated to certain maps or something, like maybe in different game mode. I really do not like tanks in Call of Duty. They don't. No. I don't like choppers. I don't like tanks. I know. Take all the fun stuff out of Call of Duty. I know, right? But I like to have that competitive, non-stop, just skill versus skill, not kill streaks versus campers. I hate that. And I remember back in the day, that used to be like a game killer. Like, people would stop playing online just because of people camping in corners with riot shields, camping in corners with claymores, setting up, just like the bouncing bays all over the place, setting up freaking having Juggernaut on. It's just extra health and all that stuff. Ghost kind of did it the right way with the Juggernaut suit. You could run around and get some kills, but at the same time you could actually drop the person too. So it was pretty well balanced and everything. I remember back in the day, Ghost was one of the most hated. People hated Ghost when it first came out. So this is still going a little bit fast. Hold on. I'm gonna slow this down. I want to see all the glorious boom booms in full-on slow-mo. I want the Matrix action happening. So this scene right here is very like Modern Warfare. Modern Warfare, absolutely. It's very Medal of Honor. It also, I would say, kind of the original like MW2, MW3 scenes. But this right here is absolutely Medal of Honor. We literally had this scene in Medal of Honor back in the day. The reboot of Medal of Honor I'm talking about. Not the OG original, but the I think it was 2010 one. And I've been saying, like, I really wish we would have that come back. Lo and behold, like, who could have guessed that Call of Duty would go that route? Get away from the arcadey vibe to maybe more of a realistic vibe. I mean, you see, that looks kind of like an EOD bot. There's definitely the baby monitor, as we used to call it back in the day on my team. It's like a pulse, basically, gadget and everything. I feel like Rainbow Six Siege has really fine-tuned the way gadgets in shooters are being used now. The pulse monitor it never was that big of a deal, but it was always like that same kind of like monitoring where the enemies are back in the day in Call of Duty was a huge deal. Wow. So we have some bearded characters, not just clean-cut soldiers. I like it. Let's get that, that down and dirty. The guys that have been on deployment for years, doing multiple tours. So we got some gadgets still flying around with the drones and all that. I actually wouldn't mind if the UAV was just a little drone that you whoop and you just throw it up in the air. So definitely gunfire going around. So this is mimicking a cover system. I doubt like hell Call of Duty is going in the way of a cover system. I think it's just the whole fact of wow. Did you? Jeez. Okay, so this is definitely going to be some unlockables in the multiplayer mode. This is going to be a full-on outfit. There's no way they're going to have like glasses and this and that stuff. I don't know if they showed that at the multiplayer event of like customization. I doubt they did. I didn't see them showing any customization wise. I will go back and check it out, see if I did miss anything in the beginning of the live stream. Like I said, I kind of slept through half the live stream because it was just a weird, that's a time when I get a little bit of shut eye. Anyway, so we have a mounted machine gun with a cover for your head and a red dot built into it also. Could this possibly be a gun that you customize? Customizable kill streaks? Ooh. So there's definitely a mounted, it's a mounted LMG. That is definitely, it looks like a kill streak that they got set up there. Or maybe it's a gadget. I don't, again, didn't see too much of the live stream in that aspect of things. So we got the flip sight is back again, once again. Grenade launchers. Oh. Now, when it comes to the grenade launchers, we've had trouble with the grenade launchers before in the past with Call of Duty. If they are handled in the way that they don't just get a one-shot kill and have a very large radius of blast, then it might not be so bad. That kill streak was not the worst I've ever seen. Basically, AC-130 chopper gunner. That's the two main ones. I don't want anything to do with those in a Call of Duty game anymore. I'm just sick of them. I've dealt with them for years. That's pretty cool. Going off to the side and using the red dot as like a hip fire mechanic, and then we got the throwing knife coming back. That's pretty cool. Okay, so then breach and clear. That's really Rainbow Sixy. Blow open the doors like you would blow open a wall. Go in with a shotgun. This is looking like Buck gameplay right now. This is literally looking like Buck gameplay from Siege. If you haven't played Siege, check out Buck on Rainbow Six Siege. Okay, then we have the Call of Duty moment of a Juggernaut busting out with a minigun, coming in to wreck everyone's butts. So definitely a homage to one of the older railroad or train station maps. I think it was called Train Station. I can't remember maps names for nothing. You know how I am with names. So he's literally shooting down this helicopter, which is kind of funny. The helicopter gets on fire, and then it's like, oh no! And the helicopter actually lands into the map. It's not just all, and then it goes flying off the map. So care package? No, it's a damn tank. Now, again, tanks. Ugh. What I'm kind of noticing, though, is, man, the detailing in that gun right there of it recycling rounds to the chambers. That's pretty cool. I'm noticing something that the maps are probably like twice as big as what we've seen be the traditional maps. I know that there is like a 20 versus 20 mode, so I think it's like Ground War is back, and I think this is where you're going to be seeing all these tanks and everything. I hope that if there is a traditional like 6v6 and all that stuff, that's an old kill streak right there. I hope that the tanks and all that are disabled on the smaller maps, because all they're going to do is cause way more trouble than what they're worth. It's just going to take the flow of the gameplay out, and it's going to really kill the essence of what people know Call of Duty to be. I do like that, a 357 mag. I'm kind of wondering if you come flying in and then you you zipline into the game map. That'd be kind of a cool way of starting the game modes. Now, this is definitely the old Russia map from COD 4 that still gives me chills to this day when you're running through it and you see. But the weird part is, it's actually it's like Chernobyl never happened. This is definitely the building over here from Chernobyl, the Chernobyl map, and also I think that's the Ferris wheel in the background and everything. So definitely reimagined, remade. a proper reboot, and then there's the bomb going off. So this is the new version of Nuketown. I hope not. At least if they make a new version of Nuketown and replace Nuketown, I hope that they make it so it's not so much of a cluster. Because, I mean, I am so sick of that. Okay, so open beta, definitely will be in that. I'll be streaming that. I'll be doing some coverage on that. Early access begins September 12th, so early access is early access to open beta. So if you pre-order, then you get early. There's always codes going around and everything, ways to get into the beta without just pre-ordering. So I would say look around before you go and just drop money down and pre-order. I would absolutely 100% say figure out a way of getting into this early access, or just play the open beta first, then going for your pre-order. That's my 2 cents on it, because we don't know how this game is going to run. It's this, I mean, a new graphics engine, new game engine, everything. This game could be rough. It could have overpowered stuff. It could be unbalanced. It could be so dumb that you don't even care for it. I'm figuring, because the way that you have this kind of like Battlefield-ish meets Medal of Honor-ish meets Rainbow Six with the Call of Duty sprinkled, still kind of style of control on the gameplay. Like, this does not feel like a traditional Call of Duty. This is not arcadey as much. This is, you do have like a Juggernaut suit and like a tank and everything that drops in. That's the arcade stuff. But everything else feels way more along those lines of like a Medal of Honor meets a Rainbow Six, which is really cool. I do like that they're getting away from the arcade blown up stuff, because I mean, we have Apex, we have Overwatch, we have Fortnite. There's games that do arcadey stuff in the kind of kid friendliest way. They do that and they do it very well. So bring Call of Duty back to the early roots of like centering around the the more modern realistic times. And this does feel like more modern realistic times, keyword modern. Back when the Modern Warfare series came out first, all the multiplayer that you were doing in it is like, you felt like you were in the battlefield that you were seeing on TV. And I feel like that this is kind of capturing that once again. And then of course, the competition of it too. Hopefully it's balanced enough to where if you want to jump in with your friends and do kind of like that tournament mode night, hopefully we can have that style of gameplay in there too. So far what I've seen personally of it is like a 2v2 mode and a 3v3 mode, and it was like eliminations, shooting it, which is fun. It's fun for a couple, a few rounds and this and that stuff. But if you really want to get down into the deep nitty-gritty of competition, you definitely need that, that kind of tourney style gameplay in there. So I don't know. It's interesting. This is probably one of the most interesting Call of Duties that we have seen in years. Just on the fact that it's not so much like I have a glowy gun and there's these makeshift weapons and there's a freaking I don't know, all the very kind of arcadey, science fiction-y type of stuff that was happening before. It's very refreshing for me. I mean, I like the more kind of like sim stuff. I like the simulation warfare type of stuff, like a realistic game. I like that. I get into that way more than just like the cartoony stuff. That's the reason why I've been playing so much Rainbow Six Siege, because it feels more realistic than most other shooters out there. So this, I don't know, maybe Modern Warfare, the reboot, can actually get my attention off from Siege. We'll see. So anyways, if you like my input on this, I am lacking the knowledge of the 4.5 hour live stream that happened earlier today. Maybe I'll come back and do like an update video on this after I check out more of that. But yeah, I think it was just a lot more of the same stuff as what we already seen. Just with like every single freaking Twitch streamer that plays shooter games was there playing Modern Warfare today. Call of Duty has had one hell of an impact on everybody's life overall. Between clans and teams, sponsorships, streaming, videos, the whole 9 yards. Everybody's done something with Call of Duty. So yeah, it's kind of cool seeing that possibly a solid comeback could happen. Anyways, like I said, if you like the input that I had on this, you can hit that thumbs up. I'm definitely going to be streaming on Twitch very soon. Once again, I don't have a regular stream schedule, but I am streaming. I'm trying to stream more and more often. I've been doing probably about 2 to 3 nights a week. So if you want to check that out, you can. There's a description down in the description. There is a link to my stream. If you can't find that, just go to Twitch and type in Warwolf one steady L. And yeah, like this, you can share it around and all that good stuff. And I thank you if you do. And as always, I will see ya next time.